interviewers think they can handle Ricky Gervais, but they quickly find out they're no match for his razor-sharp wit. From awkward exchanges...
Of course, you play, in the UK version of The Office, play the boss that you've ever heard.
You say the UK version?
Yeah.
I call it the original.
to downright rude questions.
Are you not a hugger?
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, you guys, we're back with it. This one's titled 10 Times Ricky Gervais Destroyed Rude Interviewers. I'm just going to say Ricky Gervais destroying rude interviewers. Yeah! We back! We back! Yo, I still have a little bit of congestion. I've been congested for 2 weeks straight. This is a record. Never been congested this long in my lifetime ever. Super healthy person, you know, just interesting. However, because of the stem cell treatment I received, I can't really work out, and I'm wondering if that's affecting my immune system because I always work out really hard, and this is probably one of the longest times I've taken off from working out because even when I got injured in jiu-jitsu, I'd go to the gym and ride the bike. So it's kind of interesting, but I'm going to start working out a little bit more. So anyways, that's a random tidbit. Let's get into this Ricky Gervais stuff. If you want to support, like, share, comment, subscribe, link in the description to my other channels, and let's get it popping. We're watching it right now. 10 times Ricky Gervais destroyed rude interviewers.
Some interviewers think they can handle Ricky Gervais, but they quickly find out they're no match for his razor-sharp wit. From awkward exchanges...
Of course, you play, in the UK version of The Office, play the boss that you've ever heard.
You say the UK version?
Yeah.
I call it the original.
to downright rude questions.
Are you not a hugger?
No, we'll get you touching your germaphobe.
No, they said keep it quick, just go and sit down.
Ricky turns every encounter into a masterclass in comedy. The first example comes from an interview with Joy Behar, where Ricky effortlessly dissects the concept of offense in comedy.
No, anything, it's just, no.
Well, when you go on the Golden Globes, a lot of time you are politically incorrect and hilarious, of course.
Thank you.
And so,
Thank you.
so this is,
Well,
yeah.
well, that's the thing about offence, isn't it? When people say they're offended, it's that just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. You know, it's offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one.
With one sentence, he turned a sensitive topic into a philosophical mic drop, leaving Joy Behar nodding, likely rethinking her question. But she wasn't done yet. This time, she tried a playful jab about him being a germaphobe and started touching him.
Are you not a hugger?
No, we'll get you touching your germaphobe.
No, they said keep it quick, just go and sit down.
Okay, so we can touch you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm like, wow, you just thought you were huggy. Because you gave hugs the last time you were here.
I feel like a strippogram.
Who's got $1?
It's incredibly hypocritical that just moments after she and her colleagues touched him without his permission, she had the audacity to call him sexist.
You know, we haven't seen you really around since the Golden Globes, where you were
a low profile.
Yeah, well, they attacked you, but they said that you were mean and rude, and you were surprised at that. You were surprised. Let me just read one of the things they
I
thought
am mean
was...
and rude. I'm surprised they attacked me for it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me read one thing they thought was mean, and we'll decide whether it was mean or not, okay? Referring to Sex and the City 2, you said, I was sure the Golden Globe would go to the team that airbrushed that poster.
Yeah.
A little sexist.
No, it's not. Why is it sexist?
Well, because you're saying that the girls are older and they need to be airbrushed.
No, I think they look great at their age.
Oh.
Why hide it?
Oh.
I don't think that you lose your sensuality or beauty because you hit 53. I'm saying, why are they hiding it?
Oh, I see.
Do you think that the joke, when you have to explain the joke, that maybe it wasn't told, that because people didn't get it, or you think that most people got it?
I'm defending my motives, not the joke. I stand by the joke.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to apologise for, but that's not the joke. I think if you're going to criticise, you've got to understand the joke before you can.
Okay, how about this one?
But they didn't.
There was so much here in those last few minutes. Hey, shout out to Woke Watch. That's the vocals and the dialogue over these videos and who edits these videos, and that's the channel Woke Watch. Shout out to them. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I don't know why. But there's so much here. First and foremost, how do these women from The View always make the highlight reel of getting dunked on? Like, they're like the highlight of this again, I tell you guys this new concept of woke, because this concept of woke being, basically representing the far left and the progressive left, the more radical progressive left, right? People who are, saying males should, play in female sports and have access to female bathrooms, pushing like a little more radical ideologies on the left, because the whole left isn't like this necessarily, but they kind of band together to stick up for each other. So that's why there's kind of this feudal polarization in America right now, in this battle between both sides. Okay. The View typically represents that, though. And they're always in these highlight reels, always in these clips getting dunked on. But I really wanted to highlight that moment where he let them know before he went on there he's a germaphobe. So they all started touching him, right? Right? So just think about that. You actually tell people, yo, this is something I have a fear of. And to break the ice on your nationally syndicated show, you guys just dive into that like, oh, like it's a joke. Now, the craziest thing is, to break the germaphobe thing, they had to touch him. And she was touching him in a way where she was like touching his chest, not just his shoulder, not just his hand, but his chest. Imagine a man doing that to a woman on national television after she said she's a germaphobe. Don't touch me. Just think about that for a second. Then immediately thereafter, trying to criticize him for making a sexist joke. You see the crazy irony there and the foolery? That's insane. This happened to me at a concert before. I was performing on stage, and these females from I'm on the stage, they're in the audience, kept reaching up and grabbing my cojones. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I just kind of stayed away from that area. Then I went to my merchandise table, and, they came up, they wanted to get things signed and take pictures. And then one of them grabbed my whole area down there. And they were with this dude, and he was like laughing, like, oh, they're crazy kind of thing. And I was like, it was weird. And then I was like, yo, I'm taken, man. What are y'all doing? Like, just chill out, I appreciate the support and stuff, but this is too far, right? In my younger days, I would have just wowed out. I would have ran with that, I was a little more mature when this certain situation happened. And I just remember one of them looking at me and like saying, what she doesn't find out doesn't matter, or something to that notion. And I was like, wow, this is the state we're in. And that caught me off guard, because I also, as I was driving home that night from the event, I was thinking to myself, imagine a man doing that to a woman. That would be insane. Like, just grabbing her genitalia. Would be, I can't even imagine it, to be honest. And that just had happened to me, multiple times. I think 3 or 4 times that was done to me by those females. Now, most dudes be like, are you complaining, P? And I get it. I get the combo, like, men are different than women, But it is unique. There's definitely some double standards going on. And sometimes it goes back. Like, sometimes the double standard is on men, sometimes it's on women. But that was shown and highlighted in that clip. And I just wanted to talk about it because that's crazy. And I actually was in a position like that, except a little worse, obvious. But that was kind of wild to me.
Stop there. One bold interviewer went as far as accusing him of promoting masculinism, simply because his show featured, in his opinion, the 4 best comedians, all of whom happened to be men.
Hey, so I want to ask you about the HBO special, Talking Funny. We just saw a clip from it, right? So we got Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Louis C.K. No women comedians on that panel?
Who would you replace?
I don't know.
Replace or add?
No, because it was 4 people.
It's just 4 people.
Yeah, so who would you take off?
I wouldn't. I would just add.
There you go.
These are his favorites. He has the right. I think that you're right.
We don't have a male on our
When
panel,
I do
so
a
we're kind
special
of
like
guilty.
that, I will do it with women.
No, exactly. They're my friends, and I chose my friends.
Maybe.
And also, men are intimidated by funny women, so we didn't want them in the room.
Is that right?
It was a joke.
I'll take every
Jerry Lewis famously said at one point that he didn't think women were funny. Do you think women are funny?
What's the difference? That's ridiculous.
It's a different sensibility.
Statistically, less women go into stand-up from what I've seen, so there's probably less to choose from.
Right.
But yeah, there are loads of funny women. I've worked with loads of funny women. Of course, there's loads of funny women here.
Now, you said something when I was watching your special.
After being thoroughly roasted, they attempted one final jab, taking the insult to a deeply personal level.
Great.
But he just can't sustain an hour-and-a-half show. How many people can?
And he clearly had a bit of a problem, and I assume he's sorting out. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He is sorting it out. How are you, Ricky?
I haven't come here to be insulted.
Why don't you like the show? Who do you think you are?
Ricky certainly didn't let that slide. During an interview alongside Russell Brand, Ricky faces an unprepared host who struggles to keep up.
A lot of people having a good deal of fun, including these two gents, Russell Brand and Ricky Gervais. Try and behave yourself, gentlemen, if you can.
Do that again and do the names.
No, I'm not doing it again. That's fine.
Like he's Russell Brand, I'm Ricky Gervais.
I think people can work this out. I think people can work it out. The short one and the tall one, so don't worry about that. Now, as far as you're concerned...
Which is which?
I don't know, I haven't worked that out yet. As far as you're concerned...
That's his attack. That's his first attack on you, Ricky.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, visibly flustered, the host awkwardly shifted to the topic of climate change, and Ricky couldn't resist pointing out the obvious.
Okay, should we talk about something else now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, climate change, all right?
Okay.
Are you here tonight just to enjoy the content?
I'm not here tonight.
To do the job?
I'm not here tonight. He is. This is
He
live. This is pre-recorded.
Right, okay. Well, this is all going horribly wrong.
You asked us.
I know. I'm regretting it now. I'm
Yeah.
regretting it now.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, and everyone here is an absolute professional.
Except him, he's a shambles. Are you drunk?
Not yet. Now, climate change then. You know,
Russell Brand's kind of tagging in with the tag team. Let's go, tag team, back again.
something that you're interested in, or are you just here for the booze?
He's not holding that microphone.
Perched.
I should tell you what his other hand's doing.
All right, no, never mind. Look, it's holding this, so don't worry about that. Don't believe everything you hear from this man. Climate. So I'll ask you.
Why is that dude? That dude is bro. That dude's an arrogant little prick, man. I don't understand where people like, whoa, this dude is a jackass. Hopefully he got fired after this because he's an ignoramus.
Climate change, is it something you think seriously about?
You're the preferable one.
Right.
Imagine that. Someone would rather talk to you than someone else.
This is quite a mark on your character that he's turned to me. Yeah, of course I care about climate change. Now, as individuals, we can do an awful lot. You, for example, you're going to have to change the way you're living your lifestyle. Don't look all cynical.
And how do you know how I live my lifestyle?
No,
look, the
it's
idiot.
important.
It's
He don't
like
care about
around
nothing.
killing turtles for a laugh.
He does do that.
So climate change.
The interviewer clearly didn't grasp the humor and sarcasm at play and stubbornly stuck to his question about climate change until he finally got his definitive answer.
Right, okay, but seriously, guys.
Okay, no, seriously.
Do you really think that this sort of concept makes any difference whatsoever? There's a message out there, climate change. You guys are here having a good time. Everyone else is in the audience. Do you think it's significant?
It does make a difference because a lot of the acts were flown in by private jet. So that's added to the emissions no end.
On the other hand, Jimmy Fallon makes the mistake of complimenting Ricky's appearance, which
I always thought that was interesting with the climate change stuff, how people will just disregard what the rich do and the billionaires do, flying in jets. Also, how they want to push the Green New Deal concept with electric vehicles and these smart cities, but the batteries made to make a lot of these electrical devices are harmful to the environment, and some would argue that they're worse than actually digging up fossil fuels. I think there's a debate there that's probably a little out of my personal pay grade, but there's a lot there. Also, the emissions, the way it works, like they want us to get our carbon footprint down in America, in Canada, in the Europe, in Australia, and it seems like these are the only regions concerned with climate change, but we're not the ones putting the most emissions in certain aspects, right? We definitely, they say food has an impact, but again, all of this is like when you really get down to the meat and potatoes of this. I was watching a scientist or someone talk about this, and they're like, really, it has more to do with the sun and positioning of the earth or something to that degree more than it does the carbon footprint. Does the carbon footprint potentially add? Yeah, but climate change, the concept is like, the climate actually changes. Like, yes, the climate changes. And I think there is an argument whether there's valid proof of how much human imprint actually affects that, right? There's an argument that what we do affects it more than we would like to say. There's a huge argument that's like, nah, it really doesn't affect it. The climate has always changed, Also, positioning of the sun or something like that is heating certain things up, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's what I've gathered. Again, these are, when I talk, I try to talk from my perspective, right? Like, I'm not here to debate freaking Ben Shapiro. You know, I try to take in good info and try to calculate it. I look at nature and try to get a balance point from that. You know what I mean? But anyways, where are we at? We're almost all right, let's see what this one part is, and then we're going to tap out of this video.
A lot of the acts were flown in by private jet, so that's added to the emissions no end.
On the other hand, Jimmy Fallon makes the mistake of complimenting Ricky's appearance, which spirals into an unforgettable rant.
I love that character. Oh, thank you very much.
Gilbert, who tried to corner Ricky with philosophical...
Oh, I thought they were going to go in right there. All right, I'm going to start the next video with this because we're getting close to that. No, we're at 16 minutes right now. It's funny because I actually thought this was going to be, like, funny. Like, super funny, which there's, like, moments where I laugh, like, got him, you know, like the View moment. But this is actually real, man. This is actually some real topics, and it kind of highlights. It highlights where the left is at, but we could highlight some of the topics like, yo, the right is tripping a little bit too. And I'm not trying to sit on the fence. I just don't like, so because I lean right, you know, people automatically like, yo, he's right wing. So I'm like, okay, well, if I am right wing, then I need to also check what's going on from that side. And there's a bunch of things that I would criticize, especially even as of lately. But I also want to see how a few things ride out because I think people jump the gun with a lot of stuff. But yeah, anyways, I feel like this definitely highlights a lot of the shenanigans going on the left. Anyways, you guys let me know in the comments what's crackulating, percolating, populating, holla.
City boy, city boy.